Welcome to our podcast for deaf people. For anybody just joining us today, Nate was beginning his lecture on why women should be allowed to vote. Nate?
What? No. No, that's... No. I barely even got the word one out, and you automatically started. That was a rude assumption you were going to make. I didn't... No. Shut up.
And cut. Thank you for joining us, everyone.
No, that's... You are a terrible podcast partner.
All right.
Let me tell you. I also
Possibly
realized...
a romantic partner. I will have no way of knowing until we do perfect cloning technology.
I also realized I still have my recording screen up. We are now a full black screen with your lovely face in the corner.
Lovely.
I know. It's beautiful.
Does my face look well lit?
It shockingly does.
All right. I've been informed I have a good side. It is this side.
It is exclusively this side.
This exclusively. It's like the Harvey Dent Two-Face scar, except they look exactly the same. It's the hair that's different, really. I just have slightly parted on this end.
I'm just like Two-Face, except both sides of my face are the same.
Yes. They referred to him as One Face.
The famed DC villain, One Face, has returned.
I still think that one of the greatest things DC has ever written was that one alternate Earth where Earth's greatest hero was Three-Face. A girl who got half of her face burned with acid, and then the top half was burned with fire. So really it's just like two slightly different shadings of being burnt. And she became the world's greatest hero.
She became the world's greatest hero.
Shockingly enough, getting burned a second time actually reversed any psychological damage that the first time might have done to her.
Okay, yeah, really, that's the biggest plot hole in DC Universe. You know, these people get hurt, they become villains, and the superheroes don't hurt them because, I don't know, if they just hurt them again, it would just cancel out, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why Joker only shot Barbara Gordon once when he paralyzed her. A second time, she would have been too powerful.
A second time, she would have grown a third leg or something.
Yes. A second time, she would have been able to fistfight Superman. Which she could still do after getting shot once, just less successfully. Marginally so.
I mean, anyone can fistfight Superman. It's a question of how successful you want to be.
Do you want your hands?
Do you want your hands after the first punch? Yes or no?
I think that one review for that original Hulk movie that was talking about Bruce's anger problems, and he was like, really, it was always Bruce's destiny to go out and smash tanks, but just being the Hulk made him a bit more effective at it.
Okay.
But yes, as Nate and I were just talking about before we started recording...
No, we were not. I was just saying, I got a Twitch.
Oh.
Yeah,
okay.
I got it because I opened up the software and it was like, hey, buddy, do you want to stream or record? That was about the exact tone of voice I got from it. The options were don't stream or stream and record a little. I was like, okay. So, yeah, I went ahead and got a Twitch. And the very first thing Twitch had me do before I even got, access to streaming or whatever, was I had to pick my favorite games to watch. And let me tell you, Most
people just play games, don't they?
Yes, most
my experience. Back in my day.
Back in my day, people played games instead of watching them.
Yes.
Yeah, but it was really disappointing because they didn't have Minesweeper.
Oh. Well, what good even is the internet without Minesweeper in every facet of it?
I mean, nobody was streaming Minesweeper, so now
by 2024, we should be allowed to play Minesweeper on our fridge. No exceptions.
I'm pretty sure people are already playing Doom on their fridge, buddy.
God bless. God bless America.
God bless America. Yeah, but, so I think we should be the first people to stream Minesweeper.
We should be the first people to stream somebody else streaming Minesweeper. It's just you playing it and then me giving commentary. Ooh, bad move. I've never played Minesweeper. I don't know how this works.
I've never played Minesweeper before, but let me tell you, clicking on that mine did not seem like the right move, my good sir. I hate
Touchdown, as the children say.
touchdown. As the children's. That's exactly what the children say nowadays.
That is exactly what the children say. Apparently, only reference to football, which is a bit weird when you think about it.
Okay, Jonathan, I want your honest opinion.
All
This
right,
is something
you
I
have
got.
my honest opinion on everything, except for the things I lie about.
Boy, that really makes me feel very secure in everything I asked you about.
Just power through.
So I had Cheeto Puffs for the first time, not even 2 days ago, right?
First time, and you're 19
Seriously, that was
years
your
old.
first time?
Yeah, that was my first time. It was the first time I ever had Cheeto Puffs. Right?
All right,
Okay. So, have you ever had Cheeto Puffs?
I have.
You have?
Scout
Who
camp,
hasn't?
yes.
Aside from you, who hasn't?
I don't know. But the point of this is on a
All right.
scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate Cheeto Puffs?
A good. Wait. Okay, I'd say like if original Cheetos are probably like a 7-ish,
Oh, my
and like
rating
Cheeto Puffs are like slightly lower, like 6.8.
You give Cheeto Puffs a 6.8 out of 10.
Yeah, I don't like the taste that much.
You don't like the taste.
No,
See-
I love the red hot flaming Cheetos though. There's like a
I give it a
solid
7.
9.15.
See, my problem is that I enjoy the taste of Cheetos, right? There's nothing like
Right.
artificially flavored nacho cheese to just
Pour
slap
it in
your
your
tongue and wake you up
Eat.
in the morning, right?
Right.
You're right. The
It
problem was
absolutely
after there's
Sours in every facet.
it just wiggles its way into every facet of your mouth. Really, it's a disease. The
It's
problem
like
I
a
had-
party in your mouth and everybody is made of cheese.
What? It's a part in your mouth that was made of cheese, yes. See, the problem I had was after that first bite, there's so much air in there that it turns into dust in your mouth, right?
Yeah. It's
So,
like the Sahara, but just cheesy.
but just
Like if you were to open your mouth while you're outside, you can kind of like feel it blowing around in there, and there'd be like a little tumbleweed going in, like.
you take a bite of Cheeto Puffs, you open your mouth, and a tiny little nacho cheese tumbleweed comes out. It's
Mhm.
you can't not open your mouth while
Yes.
doing that. I mean, there's just all over the flat factory floor of Cheetos Incorporated, there are nacho cheese tumbleweeds. Really,
Of course.
I think that's where they harvest the Cheetos from. They found
Really? Yeah.
nacho cheese tumbleweeds, they picked them up, they put them in the machine, chop them up, and then they just feed them to people.
No,
Actually,
we're learning
I
about
think what
sedimentary
they-
rocks in Earth and
they
Space
make-
science, like little bits of like dirt and
No,
gravel or
no, going
whatever
back
that
to
over
what they
time
do
can
is they,
compact
like,
together
drip,
back into a rock.
Like
That's exactly what
fracking
Cheetos are.
into Oil.
They just
Let that
hire people to
Cook
eat a
for a
Cheeto and leave their
bit,
mouth
cool
open for
off,
long
and
enough
put it in
that
a
just
giant
compacts
bin
right back to its original
of the,
form, and they
cheese
just reach in
powder,
and pull it right
shake it
back
up,
out.
and then them all just
And
kind
they
of
feed it
tumble out,
again.
coated in the cheese powder dust. And also, if you think that the flavor
Wait,
of Cheeto Puffs
Wait,
is strong,
Jonathan, are you suggesting that there's a finite amount of Cheetos in the world, and every time
Not only
somebody
am I
eats
suggesting
one,
that,
it just
I
gets
just-
recycled for the next person? What?
I'm gonna say that's your conversation.
See, Cheetos are like oxygen. There's only a finite amount, and then once it's gone, we all die immediately.
Wait, but if people open their mouth after eating a Cheeto and the Cheeto reforms, how are we going to run out of Cheetos?
Shut up.
Let's face it, Jonathan. Humans are like trees. Non-Cheeto goes in and Cheeto comes out, but then we consume the Cheeto and it becomes non-Cheeto and then Cheeto comes out.
Oh my god, I gotta tell my science teacher about this.
Please, Mr. Bill Nye, let me present to you the theory of the Cheeto. Everything in this world is Cheeto or not Cheeto, but the key is Cheeto is always Cheeto. Go
Go on.
on, Mr. Bill Nye.
Where's your evidence, young man?
Where's Mr. Bill Nye? Please eat this. I present to you a single Cheeto puff. Eat this Cheeto puff.
Over my mother's dead body. We can arrange that.
we can arrange. If you don't eat this Cheeto, your mother will die. I hate to break it to
If
you.
you do eat it, she will also die, just at a different time.
You of all men should know everyone dies. The question is how fast you want her to die.
Everybody dies except for you, Mr. Nye. Everybody.
What? Except for you, Mr. Nye.
It occurs to me I've never heard Bill Nye referred to only by his last name. Only Bill Nye or just the ominous demonic chantings of Bill.
Yeah, fun fact.
Bill
Nye,
like, teacher and like going down the attendance sheet and be like, William Nye.
William Nye. Everyone starts chanting, Bill. Yeah, did you know that Bill Nye...
What were we talking about?
I'm not 100% sure, but
Okay.
Fun fact that may or may not be a fact, that's for you, the viewer, to decide, is that Bill Nye, the phrase, is actually his last name. His first name's like, Randall.
Steve Bill Nye.
Steve Bill Nye. Is there a Mr. Steve Bill Nye here? Please, I prefer Bill Nye.
Alright, William. Sit down.
Alright, Bill. No. Bill Nye. If you're not going to scream it, it's Bill Nye.
Yeah. It's like Tom Cruise. You can't ever go by just the first name.
No, you never call him Mr. Cruise or Tom. You call him Tom Cruise. It's like a mononym, like one of those one-name things, except it's 2 words. It's 2 names. It's a mononym, except it's like a duonym.
Yes. And now we're back to the theme of two-face, but one face.
Circling back, that's what we're all about here on a podcast for deaf people.
Isn't it weird to think about how, like, some fictional characters, you can go by one name just fine, but others not so much? You can never say, like, Clark. You gotta say Clark Kent. However, it's totally okay to say Sherlock instead of Sherlock Holmes, because who else is named Sherlock?
Yeah.
Food for thought.
Really, I think the uniqueness of the name is the key. And as we all know, we're living in a gradually more and more efficient society. So personally, I think you should name your kid the most ridiculous one-syllable name you can think of. Because then nobody has to bother saying his last name.
No.
Wait, say that name one more time. You cut out a little bit.
No.
No. See, nobody else will have the name No. And then when you name your kid, No William Dodderman, nobody has to bother remembering the William Dodderman because they just know the No. Take a minute.
God.
Take a minute, Jonathan. Process it. It's a lot to take in.
Now I'm thinking of George Costanza from Seinfeld, where he's suggesting the name Seven.
Why are we bothering? 7. These are my kids.
It's unique. You don't need to worry about anybody stealing it, because it's awful.
Yeah, and then doesn't somebody steal the name 7 for him?
Yes. And it's awful.
That poor kid named 7.
The poor kid.
Please,
He's gonna grow up to be president.
please meet our kids. We have No, 7, and Pig. Cool. No, wait. Pig, what's your last name? Don't even bother. We all know it's me. It's Pig.
Pig is my last name. First name, 3 Little.
Hello.
3 Little? State your full name. 3 Little Pigs.
Just winks at camera.
Turns to the imaginary camera and winks. Hey.
Hey.
That's great. That poor kid.
That poor kid. The crazy bastard.
The crazy bastard.
Alright. Oh, goodness. That takes me back to that one Twitter thread where it was just like, imagine if children were actually named after the reasons why they were born. And it was just kind of like, oh, too much vodka. Are you kidding me? Are you telling me that I wake up at 5 a.m. and make all these pancakes and you don't have one bite of it?
Oh.
And then it was just kind of like, hey, sweetie, could you go pick up 50 Shades of Grey as the new book club book from school today?
No, what should I say to
Give me a second, I'm going to relocate.
Like, not you.
We'll see.
I'm just leaving you behind.
Yeah, Jonathan, you have fun taking care of the rest of the podcast. We'll take you on a little sound adventure.
How's the weather?
How's
there
the
will
weather?
be a sun.
There's
How long
literally
it
okay.
lasts,
So here's the deal, Jonathan. I live in a dorm room with no air conditioning, right?
Of course.
It's pretty terrible. So there's a 5-degree difference, roughly, between my
No,
room.
don't tell me you didn't. Is your phone charged?
Well, no,
Or, wait, whatever. Is it charged?
I said degree, Jonathan, not charged. Yeah, my phone's charged.
Okay.
Okay.
Because
Or wait, do you mean like my laptop or whatever? What the current recording medium or whatever? You cut out there for a hot second. I have no idea what you've just said for the past 30 seconds.
I cut out on this end too.
Okay, well, the point is
Just
the point is we're back. But the thing is because there's no air conditioning, there's probably about a 5-degree difference between my room and hallway, right? Yes. Are you with me so far? You are cutting in and out, dude.
I'm with you so far.
And then, did you just mouth words at me to think you were gone, or did you actually say something?
I'm out the words of the audience.
I mouthed words at the audience. But, because the wild thing is that the basement where the office is air conditioned. So there's about a 5-degree difference going into the hallway, and then there's another 10-degree drop going onto the elevator, and then there's like a 20-degree drop getting off the elevator onto the main floor. Yeah.
I'm still with you. I just got the notification
Yeah,
that it's 10%, and I'm just gonna grab a charger.
We probably should be more prepared in the future when
We probably should.
record a podcast review.
Yes.
Okay, well, lesson learned. But the point is, that got me thinking, would a blind person be able to tell what floor they are on based solely off the temperature difference of getting off the elevator onto a certain floor? What are your professional thoughts and opinions on this?
It was a ghost.
This doesn't answer my question.
Well, you asked for my professional thoughts. I gave you my thoughts. They weren't very professional, I'm not going to lie to you.
So, you're suggesting that there is no real degree difference. There's nothing weather happening.
No, there is. It's just caused by a ghost.
It's just caused by. There is a higher concentration of ghosts on the basement floor, which is why it's so much colder when you walk
More
down there.
ghosts per square feet, yes.
Ghosts per square feet. It's a real
Yes.
dilemma. And then there's very little ghosts
Yes,
up
if you will.
in my top
Oh my god, wait, GPS.
up in my top bunk bed, which is why I sweat through my pants every single night, and it's so hot and miserable.
That was disgusting, and you did not need to share that with the world. But also, mood.
I felt very compelled. That is not a mood, Jonathan. That is an action. One that
Mood is just synonymous with amen.
in the name of the Lord and Father, mood. that's that's the slight problem with that statement, Jonathan, is that you're not allowed to end prayers in mood like you are in amen.
Maybe not in your religion.
Maybe not. Welcome to the Church of the Millennial.
Welcome to the Church of Cthulhu.
The Church of Cthulhu is not going to end their prayers in mood.
Alright, fine. Welcome to the Church of Waluigi.
Okay. Yes, maybe.
Yes.
I'd fully support that.
Thank you. Knew you would.
Oh god, I just thought of something. So, if more ghosts per square feet are on the main office, does that mean more people die down there, or are ghosts free to move from floor to floor?
I assume that just the ghosts can move floor to floor. They just happen to chill down there. Like maybe there's some dope ghost rave going on. And like, if the kid from Sixth Sense were to be brought in, he'd be like, whoa, you guys are getting hammered.
These are all ghosts
And
of
it'd be
college.
like in the main office just to spite the school itself.
Take this. This is what you get for kicking me out for having alcohol on my ceiling.
You told me I couldn't store cocaine in your office. Well, look who's laughing now.
Look at all this ghost cocaine. It's everywhere. You're walking through it right now.
It's the same as normal cocaine. We just kill it first.
Ghosts
And then
lure.
we store its remains. It's a very vicious cycle for the cocaine.
Ghosts lure cocaine into Cary Quadrangle in Purdue University, murder it, and then snort it. It's a process.
That sounds like the plot to the newest Scooby-Doo television show.
Alright, gang, somebody's been luring cocaine into this closet and murdering it. They throw it open, there's just cocaine splattered everywhere.
And Shaggy's just like, oh, what's that? That's cocaine, all right. Oh, wow, that is wrong.
Zoinks, guys, I'll take the lead on this. Just lock me in the closet and I'll find all the clues for you.
Maybe if we snort through all this cocaine,
Maybe
we'll be able to find what's killing it.
Alright, gang, split up, everybody take $1 and start going through the cocaine.
Just smash cuts of Shaggy's funeral.
Just
He died as he lived, doing ghost cocaine.
we died as we live, doing gross cocaine. I can't do Scooby-Doo.
That's pretty good.
Doing gross cocaine. Cocaine. How do you think Scooby-Doo says cocaine?
They're also like, at Shaggy's grave, it's how he would have wanted to go.
It's how he would have wanted to do. Go. Doing ghost cocaine.
Classic Shaggy shenanigans.
Classic Shaggy shenanigans. So this has been something that's been on my mind for a while.
Okay.
What if the Mystery Incorporated just decided to go hacking heat for one of their mysteries? Now, hear me out.
I'm hearing you so loud and clear.
See, a lot of times in Scooby-Doo, they always find the one cranky old person who doesn't want to help them, right? And they become the prime suspect, but then they end up not being this. It's the common Scooby-Doo twist,
Of
right?
course.
The classic mystery twist. What if they just had a gun, though? Alright, fucking old man Jenkins. You don't want to deal with us? Well, what do you say to that? Glock 99mm, or however guns work.
The gluttonous monster!
Gang, we got work cut out for us. Somebody's been getting... Some mystery fiend has been going town to town, riddling up folks at the lock. Who could it possibly be? It's one of those Scooby-Doo specials where the monster...
Boards, and there's only a single picture of a Glock. It's like, of course, it was the gluttonous monster the whole time.
Here's the Glock monster the whole time.
He's had it out there since we murdered his girlfriend.
They rip off the mask with the Loch Ness Monster. The Loch Ness Monster? It was you the whole time? Good old friend, neighborhood friendly Loch Ness Monster.
Nessie, how could you?
Nessie, we trusted you with the one Glock in the entire town, and you turned into the Loch Ness Monster.
The one Glock in the world, and you just had to use it for evil.
The one Glock in the world, and you decided to go ham on these poor folks.
You were supposed to destroy us, if not join them.
You're supposed to... How do you think Mrs. Bigfoot feels knowing her son is never going to come back to the Midwestern forest?
Is Nessie adopted?
Oh, well, no. I assumed Nessie was neighbors with the Bigfoot family.
Oh,
You know,
I see.
Bigfoot,
Yes.
Littlefoot, and Mediumfoot. These shoes are too tight. These shoes are too big. And these shoes
There's
are
that,
just right. Brunette locks.
Brunette foot.
Brunette foot.
There's that animated movie coming out, Smallfoot, where
yeah.
I
Starring
haven't seen the trailers, but that's,
so many big names for such a weird-looking movie.
yes, I am very excited to see Zendaya voice Yeti, which we all know her career's been
Does
building
it?
up to this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Doesn't Matthew McConaughey have a part in there?
he is a part in everything, so I wouldn't be surprised.
Man, what's his name? I can't think of Matt. No, it's not Matt Damon. Man, I am bad with actors. That is unfortunate. Brad Pitt. I'm pretty
Brad
sure
Brad Pitt. How did you get that from Matthew?
I remember seeing Matthew McConaughey's name plastered everywhere when the Sing movie was coming out. I was like, he does animated movies? No way. And
That was
they're practically the same person.
Yeah.
And then I mixed the A from Brad with the T's from Pitt and the M from Matthew McConaughey.
Matthew McConaughey.
No, I got Matt Damon for that. I didn't get Matthew McConaughey. The long-lost brother of Matthew McConaughey.
The result of when you combine the DNA of Brad Pitt and Matthew McConaughey.
I have created the ultimate actor. Behold, Matthew McConaughey.
He is terrible in everything he has ever acted in.
This abomination of science is the worst actor ever. It's like when you put a negative and a negative together, get a positive.
Yes.
Or a positive and a positive and get a negative.
No. No. Wait.
That's absolutely
Yeah, no.
That's absolutely how. See, you can't combine the DNA of actors because two good actor DNAs creates an average person. Just like how two average people create an average people.
Oh my god, that makes so much sense.
Yeah.
Wait, what happens if you combine the DNA of an average person with an actor? That doesn't make another actor, right?
You just get bit parts from that.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. But if you were to do 3 people, then you get another actor.
Oh.
If you were to combine 3 people, we're not talking scientifically here. We're talking the old-fashioned way.
Ah, witchcraft.
Which, if you were to find an actor that's a hag, and then take 2 other actors and they breed and make a baby, and then that actor hag, according to mythology of the witch's hag or whatever, eats the baby and then births another hag. That's 3 people in one.
I thought that we were referring to like that Florida woman that got in a threesome and she had twins and they were both of the father's children.
Yeah, but the problem is that's two people combined. We're looking for a singular 3 people combined.
Just a second. Yes, Mom? Yes, Mom?
You did that.
Alright, I'm just filming with Nate right now. You see one bloody shoe print on the silverware, and suddenly everybody's like, "Ah, Jonathan, that's your exact shoe size."
Did you say a bloody shoe print on the silverware?
Don't talk about it.
Are you telling me that after killing somebody, you decide to step on the murder weapon?
Well, no, I stepped on his murder weapon.
Explain to me the difference between the phrase "the murder weapon" and "his murder weapon."
No.
Okay.
Also, at EFY over the summer, which, for those that don't know, is a Mormon church camp, I ended up getting a group chat going with some friends, and one of them just got a puppy.
That's very enjoyable. That's quality.
It's a good puppy.
That's a little bit of a blurry pic.
Yes.
I kind of want to return to this whole you kill somebody and then you step on the murder weapon. Because I'm having a hard time wrapping my head around this, if you don't mind.
Alright. I do.
Explain to me that you being the expert in everything, as well as the local color commentator, explain to me the psychology. Did you just wink at the camera?
No.
Okay.
A nervous tick.
Explain to me the psychology behind stepping on a murder weapon as soon as you kill somebody.
Yes. So it's done out of both spite and the psychological need to be loved. So, let me explain.
Okay, go on.
Now, I shall title part 1 of this essay Origins, in reference to myself.
To answer the question, let me return to myself, my childhood.
Yes, I have never murdered anyone physically, but in spirit, that's an entirely different story.
2002, Brownsburg. I was brought into this world, and boy, did I not like it. Let me tell you, as I stared down that doctor that brought me into this wretched world, I thought, man, I would love to step on the scalpel that killed him.
And so I did,
And so,
without hesitation.
and so I did. Fast forward 30 years, and I'm known as the Loch Ness Monster. My signature is stepping on is leaving a block with a footprint in it wherever I go.
It finally caught up to me when some random citizen just took a Glock and shot me. And as such, I left the world in much the same way I entered it, leaving footprints everywhere.
I came into this world leaving footprints, and boy, did I leave the same way.
By God, I'll die leaving footprints.
Okay, Jonathan, it's been a half an hour of a podcast. Do you have anything
Really,
else?
the time flies by.
Yeah, it really flew by.
Really flew by.
Do you have anything else you wish to discuss, or is this enough for test pilot 0.0?
This
Is this enough for
0.0. How many test pilots are we going to make?
0.00? 0.000. 0.000.
0.00 alpha.
Alpha. Yeah. After this,
Alright.
we're going to episode -1, and then episode -2. And it works backwards, and it's like that movie, Remains of a Man, where this is technically the final episode. Even though we've only said the word pilot about 3 or 4 times. This is technically the final episode, and people are going to work backwards. Yeah. But you didn't think of that, did you?
No.
No.
So they will witness my gradual shrinkage over the years.
What?
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 I mean, like, if by chance I happen to get a growth spurt in the next however long, and it's supposed to be played backwards, people just see me gradually growing shorter and shorter. Like Gimli in Lord of the Rings.
I shall start out this series as an Orlando Bloom and end whatever the actor for Gimli was.
It was just Gimli.
I don't.
They
Starring
didn't
role of
need an
Gimli.
actor.
Gimli. Yeah, they just went out and hired the dwarf Gimli. Legolas was not that good on camera, so they had to get Orlando Bloom to play Legolas. Yeah. Yeah.
See, little known fact, Orlando Bloom actually isn't acting for those entire 3 films, he just does that.
He just does. J.R.R. Tolkien was inspired when he saw Orlando Bloom just doing his own thing.
Just frolicking through a field. He was like, my God.
Frolicking through a field.
Write an entire series about this.
I can write thousands of pages on this man and the world that surrounds him.
Just look at that hair.
And so he did, and then they got a bunch of actors together. They sent him into the field with Legolas and just started recording. See, the original cut of Lord of the Rings was just GoPros on all the actors. They shot out a little taser bolt, tased Orlando Bloom, put a GoPro on him, and then sent him free back to the wild.
Yeah. They each of his arrows. So anytime he would shoot at the crew members, they'd be like, "Hey, nice shot!" Now I'm dead.
Yeah. They did that because he kept shooting at the crew members.
Yes.
But
we figure as long as he was wasting arrows, we might as well get some good footage. Like that shot of the orc with the arrow coming at his forehead. That was just a crew member.
It was just a crew member dressed up like an orc. Because originally
that way, for the crew members, they would have something to play. We're like, "This is the last known footage of your husband." And he's like, "Ah, my dick," and then he dies.
See, originally it was crew members in modern day clothing with normal cameras following Orlando Bloom around, and then Orlando Bloom got suspicious. So
yes,
all the extras are actually the crew members holding the weapons and tools, which are just hidden cameras to videotape the life of Orlando Bloom.
Mm-hmm. And Gimli is just kind of the person that's trying to calm down. He's like, "Shh, buddy, it's okay."
He's the official Orlando Bloom tamer.
Yes, yes.
He would invent the orc killing games to make sure Orlando Bloom stays focused.
Really, it was much like what would happen if, for example, Frankenstein was just a very beautiful man, terrorizing the public while everybody watched gleefully.
I'm pretty sure people didn't watch gleefully when Frankenstein's monster terrorized the public.
Well, yes, because he was ugly.
What? Oh, if Frankenstein was beautiful, people would be like,
Yeah.
look at that man shooting those people.
That actually was my favorite
I
part
would-
about reading the original Frankenstein, because
He actually
Vic
was a
is
beautiful
a little
man.
bit, just a little bit gay for him. He's just like, my God, I took the finest abs I could find, and look where I got.
I have created the ultimate Orlando Bloom-esque man.
He's
That's
like,
a
I take
word-for-word
3
phrase.
dicks and put them on this guy.
Did you say I put 3 dicks in this guy? You cut out for a second, so that's what I heard.
That is what I said.
Okay,
Will not.
just making sure.
Yeah. Let the record show that if I were to ever make a Frankenstein film, there would be a lot of emphasis put on that.
Let the record show the exact words to describe Frankenstein's monster is Orlando Bloom-esque with abs and 3 dicks. Period.
Yes. I should point out they're not separate. They're just like taped onto each other.
Wait, stacked on top of each other or end to end?
End to end.
End to end. Okay,
Yeah.
so your Frankenstein's monster is going to look like Orlando Bloom, be ripped, and have a single dick, and at the end of that one, it's going to be duct taped to another one, and then to
Yes.
another one.
Yes.
Okay,
Okay.
I am glad we clarified that.
Essentially, at that point, it is a third leg
At-
that he
at-
for balance.
yeah,
It's kind of like how when cheetahs are running, they need their tail to balance them out. It's like that.
Frankenstein's monster is so lopsided because the only emphasis
He
was
has
put on
such
the
poor depth
abs.
perception. He needs this to guide his movements. It's like a compass. He's like,
It's just like it's his antenna.
It's just like, little Richard's pointing left.
it's all right, Dick. Take me to the orcs. Wait, that way.
Little Victor is going that way.
His name is. Oh, right, because Frankenstein's monster is Victor.
Yeah.
I was picturing his name was Orlando Bloom for a second, so I was picturing Orlando Bloom naming his dick Victor.
Well, is that not the case?
Well, hello there, little Orlando. No, please, his name is Victor. Please adjust my augmented 3-length penis properly.
He puts like a little sandal on the end of it.
Let me just tattoo the initials into this one. V.B. Victor Bloom.
Did you hear how the crazy bastards at DC finally showed Batman's dick in a comic?
No.
Well, it happened.
Well, you need to give me a little more context than that, buddy.
Okay, so
Explain.
DC has introduced a thing called the Black Label out of a sense of racial diversity. And no, okay, so what it is
Where was that going?
I don't know. So it was like it's a little label that DC has made for like their more mature stories. They have one for Batman. I think there's like 2 coming out for like Wonder Woman and Superman, like the big 3, whatever.
Okay.
In the first issue of the Batman one, he like comes home and he's just like he got stabbed or something. I think I don't know the full context, and he's like taking off his whatchamacallit, his batsuit, and there's just kind of the little bat wing right there, just kind of hanging.
So it's a comic book where they've officially said, fuck it, and there's just no restrictions. They just lock an artist in there into an
Yes.
isolated asylum-esque room with a pencil and paper and go and just go hog wild. Put
Yeah.
hogs in this thing.
And then it says a lot about whoever this mysterious person is, and the first thing they drew was Batman's dick.
It appeared in the very first panel.
Yes.
They were kind enough to give him a ruler so he could get the proportions right.
I think it was a couple pages in, but it
That's
was
my
definitely
understanding.
in the
It was a pop-up comic, unfortunately. So you were going and you got a nice pop-up of the pecs and then the abs, and then the next one, it flies out. And it nearly hit the poor first reader in the face.
Yes,
really.
yes. He is now
Um,
blind in one eye.
Yeah, he's now blind in one eye. I just took it out. So now the very first Black Label Batman says, warning for mature content only. Warning, once you hit page 7, get ready to like back away.
Duck.
Get ready to duck. Batman's penis is going to pop right out of you. It's going to be unfortunate.
What
You can just hear somebody.
55? Was it 55? Yeah, 55. Don't go past 55, kids.
Wait, is the pop-up Batman penis in this comic, is it realistic proportions or is it a little over exaggerated?
No. Unfortunately, it's a little bit under exaggerated, if anything. That's the truly disappointing thing, because that everything about this man implies that he is just constantly hard as balls. I mean, look at that fourth Batman and Robin movie with like the rubber nipples. There is no way this guy has been flaccid for the last 20 years.
The George Clooney Batman movie, yes, with his skin-tight rubber suit that had special room just for his oh-so-erect nipples.
Oh yes, God bless, really. God bless.
So does this new Batman comic accurately portray the room they give him for his erect penis in the bat suit?
No, unfortunately not. He's just kind of
it's just awkwardly pressed up against his abs the entire.
It seems more like they had the idea, like some crazy bastard was like, let's drop Batman's penis, and they're like, all right, and now that they're like, oh my god, we boxed ourselves in, and we got to make an entire comic based around this.
Yeah, Batman, the Batsuit crotch origin story. Oh,
I don't know.
A picture for us.
Yeah,
that's a thing, Jonathan.
I
probably could have lived a happy life without you showing me that. But
I'm well aware that you were much happier without ever seeing it.
You stripped me of my innocence.
Yes, that you did that to yourself many years ago.
You rat bastard.
Mm-hmm. That's what my gravestone would say.
So if they had to make a special comic, Batsuit crotch origin story, do they also have to do that for the other parts of the Batsuit, or is it more like this is what the people were asking about? Let's deliver.
I really think it's what the people were asking for.
Yeah.
Like if you open up your ears, you can just listen to years of public cry. Like, we want to see Batman's penis.
We want to see Batman.
Finally, DC was like, all right, enough. We'll give you Justice League and Batman's penis. Like, no, just the second one. And they're like, too late. And yeah.
You guys have confirmed that he is constantly erect, and we cannot figure out how he wears the Batsuit. All right. We'll show you the exact technology of Batman's constantly erect crotch Batsuit.
Mm-hmm. And then, folks, tune in next week where we manage to use 3D printing technology to recreate what his penis was in life.
No. Bad Jonathan. Even though I'm pretty sure you could do it for under $200. Bad Jonathan.
Under 150.
Under 100. How much is a 3D printer?
Yeah.
How much? You did not answer my question. You just nodded. How much is a 3D printer?
I do not know.
Okay. I guess. The most unfortunate part is one of us would have to stand in front of a computer with that comic open and just be staring at it like.
Are you kidding me? It's the best part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do we know how big it is? Is there a canonical height of Batman that we could proportionalize and figure out?
That actually is quite a good question. Because imagine if DC was just kind of like, yeah, everybody in the DC universe is like 3 feet tall.
The DC universe is an alternate universe where everyone is 3 feet tall.
It's like that one Game of Thrones theory that Tyrion Lannister is actually a perfectly normal-sized human being. Everybody else is just 11 feet tall.
I did not know that was a thing, but that is fantastic.
Mm-hmm. Matt Pat did a whole thing about it. He was like, I propose to you guys, it's not necessarily that Tyrion Lannister is small. Everything else just happens to be very, very big.
What? Let me...
Theory. Official height of Batman.
Okay. The wait for
6'2".
6? Okay, I mean, he's taller than me.
Everybody's tall.
Okay, that was very rude and hurt my
I'm
feelings.
sorry. It's what the people wanted.
No, it's not. Is he taller than you?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
Okay. I mean, he's a good 6 inches taller than me. That's frightening. Let me propose to you a new theory, Jonathan.
Okay.
All deaf people are normal. The rest of us are just really good at seeing.
Nate, what?
Yeah.
Deaf people. You said deaf, then you start talking about sight.
all blind people are normal. The rest of us are just very. Yeah, no, Jonathan. All deaf people can't see, not as good. I hate to break it to you.
Helen Keller is just rolling in her grave.
Helen Keller is the ideal human being. We're just all freak mutations.
Ah, God, I miss that woman.
When was Helen Keller alive? Because I'm pretty sure she was not around at the same time as you.
Spiritually, yes. No, wait, I meant to say physically, yes. Oh, I messed that up.
Spiritually, yes. I am 100 years old, but I've only been, alive. I was just flesh homunculus for about 96 years.
Mm-hmm. I was Mahatma Gandhi. I was there.
I was there. I should really have a separate timer other than the one on my computer, because now people keep getting this nice little pop-up ad for Cheg's study every time I check how long the recording has been going. And then they also get the nice Inception thing you saw.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've been going for 45 minutes. Time really flies, my dude. This is going to be...
What's the normal length of a podcast episode?
Really, I think it's open to interpretation, but it's normally around 50 minutes to an hour.
Okay, so we're getting there. We're almost there.
I mean, yeah. We probably could have brought a topic or two to talk about, but it's only pilot 0.0.
We made do by talking about Cheetos and Batman's dick.
We made very much do.
We could make an entire series dedicated to just those two topics, and we would have years of material to work with.
Yes, we absolutely could.
Absolutely.
I just thought something. Oh, so that begs the question, Jonathan. How long is a normal podcast? You can't see it, but I'm doing air quotes for all you viewers out there. I'm just realizing now the term...
He's doing air quotes.
I'm just now realizing the term viewer is very wrong.
Here.
Well, I guess...
That's for you deaf folks.
For all you deaf folks out there that we're specifically targeting in this podcast.
First of all, we are so sorry. Our HR did not warn us in time.
Our HR did not warn us in time. We created the title, A Podcast for Deaf Folks, and immediately HR got focus testing for deaf folks, and it did not go over well.
Mm-hmm. Really, it should have gone great considering our sister is partially deaf, but I am beginning to learn that being partially deaf and being completely deaf are two completely different cans of worms.
Yeah, it's it's basically the equivalent of, we're all 11 foot tall, and these listeners are Tyrone Lannister size. And we have a sister
Tyrion.
about Tyrion. Did you say Tyrion?
That is his name.
It's not Tyrone?
No.
Where did I get Tyrone? Tyrion.
Tyrion.
Tyrion Lannister.
You got it.
And we have about an 8-foot sister, and we thought, but yeah, it didn't turn out. Weirdly enough,
no, it really did not.
Blind
at all.
people can't enjoy a form of media that is exclusively audio.
Deaf people, Nate, you're doing it again.
Did I just say blind people?
You did.
What? What's wrong with me?
Hey, for any viewers out there with perfect hearing, we gotta oppress the deaf people.
No, we don't. Don't say that. We're gonna get deaf people that's mad at us.
Well, they're already mad at us, considering the title of this is a podcast for deaf people, and we do not talk about them at all.
And we do not talk about deaf people. Actually, we just spent a good chunk of time talking about deaf people.
Fair enough. Deaf people?
Don't do that.
I'm sorry. My inner Chad got a hold of me.
No, that was an even worse statement.
We should maybe just keep a tally going in the corner of the things that Jonathan says that are not okay.
Quite a lot.
Quite a lot.
Let me tell you. That'd be very hilarious.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, well, I have nothing else to discuss.
I have so much to discuss to save for future episodes.
Save for future episodes. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll get our hands on a couple microphones or whatever. We'll have things prepared. I'll figure out the 2-monitor system so people don't have to stare at your face the entire time. We'll make a formidable checklist. But so far, this has been a podcast for deaf people, pilot episode 0.0.
Do we still have to call it 0.0?
I can't believe you'd suggest we don't call it 0.0.
Please don't hit me.
I'm just gonna punch my computer screen. It's gonna go over so well. Here, I'll mail you a can of whoop ass. So watch out for that. Or open the can of whipped cream on you, or however that saying goes.
No, I think it was right the first time.
No, that is just the single funniest Phineas Ferb quote I have ever heard. I'm gonna open the can of whipped cream on you, or however that goes. Yeah, Jonathan, please expect in the mail a single can of whipped cream that is going to explode all over you.
So normal whipped cream.
So no. What kind of whipped cream are you buying? You just
Some really fucking good whipped cream.
some really fucking good whipped cream. It's explosive.
Just explodes in your mouth and just fries all your taste buds. Only one man has ever eaten it and lived. He died 20 minutes later.
He died 20 minutes later. It's a little grenade-shaped can. You pull the pin, you pop it in, and the next thing you know, whipped cream is just coming out of your nose, your ears, your eyes, every possible hole.
That's how ghost cocaine is made.
No, that's not how ghost. That's how ghost whipped cream is made.
Yes, of course.
Pretty sure they kill the cocaine. I thought we established they kill the cocaine and that becomes ghost cocaine.
There are multiple theories.
There. Are you suggesting we don't know how ghosts get their hands on cocaine?
I don't know. I don't know what I'm suggesting.
Well, with that terrifying prospect,
Ghost cocaine or whipped cream?
either you as a person.
Yeah, that is fair enough.
This concludes pilot testing episode 0.0 of our podcast for deaf people.
Goodbye, everybody, and remember, love all deaf people.
You should probably not use that phrase. I'm pretty sure people are going to get mad at us.
That is entirely possible.
Okay, we gotta think of a good signing off phrase.
Uh,
One that I've had. One
Okay.
that's been in the workshop for a while
the workshop folks.
is the phrase, life's a joke, might as well laugh.
That sounds very Joker-esque, and I quite enjoy that.
It sounded great to me, but out loud that also sounds very cynical.
Very deeply cynical.
Deeply cynical. And
Like, I
again,
feel like Sanchez is just gonna, like, burst open the door and start kicking my ass.
there is a possibility that a plethora of cartoon characters will beat you up.
Nice. What a way to go.
Nice. What a way to go. This has been Podcast for Deaf People. Life's a joke. Might as well laugh.
Haha.
Haha. God.
Did we, like, do, like, a short little cynical laugh like that, or just sign off really quickly?
I was going to say sign off because you just made my entire thing sound absolutely sarcastic, and we are very bad at signing off.
We are terrible at this. We were supposed to sign off like 10 minutes ago, but goodbye, everybody.
Now I have to hit the stop recording button.